actually.
Yeah, so we're supposed to do our own, design our study, and do all these tests that we've been learning about. I emailed her and asked her if we'd be able to get it into her late, and she said yes. Tomorrow night. It's on
You
week.
cut out. I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Yeah, you're fine. So it's on week 9 or 8. It's at the bottom.
Really?
Yeah. At 11 p.m. on Saturday, and I'm holy crap. I just didn't read her announcement very well either.
Yeah.
I wish I don't know. It's okay.
She said lesson 9 or night. Wow.
It's week 9 or week
Oh, that
8.
makes sense. Okay.
One of those. I can't remember which one.
Okay. Oh, at the very bottom.
Yeah. So she said, if it's just the same group that we have for the weekly assignments, for the weekly meetings, like just me and you. I assume it is. So we'll just go with that. But she says, I'll give you until Tuesday night with a small grade penalty. So it won't be big, but we'll still get penalized, obviously. But she's like, it's a huge part of your grade. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I'm opening it up.
Okay. So basically the first design the study is just, we're just designing the study and figuring out what question we want to answer. It looks really long and intimidating, but
Okay. Well,
we'll just
let's
take it a
start
step at a time.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So here's our name. I'm glad you caught that. I did not.
Me too. It's okay.
Well, this will be kind of easy for us. Who's the main writers and who's going to do what? There's just two of us, so. That's good. Do you care who does what?
No, I was going through it and I just kind of divided it evenly, really. I'll show you. I put me for step 2, everyone does it. Step 3, I put you. Step 4, me. 5, you. And then for the PowerPoint, I thought we could just divide it in half.
Okay.
And I'd take half of it and then you take the other half.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you took one and then it's every other one, right?
Yeah, so you have step 3 and 5.
Okay, thanks.
And then half of 6.
Gotcha.
So if we get this done tonight, like I can be the one typing out what we decide to do. I'll be like because it says main writer for it.
Okay.
And then I'll email it to you. Well, if we finish it, I'll just submit it tonight. For the time. I don't know about you, but my husband will be home till like 11 o'clock tonight.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I take up all your night.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully this won't take too long though.
Yeah.
I hope.
Let's
Do you want to
see.
start with the quiz first or start with this worksheet?
Let's start with the quiz, just get that over with, and then we can use the rest of our time with this.
Okay.
Capiche?
Kaposh.
Wow. Okay.
Lesson 18. Okay. So, out of 70 male, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Out of 70 females, out of 69 males, 42 can taste PTC. Please use this data. Let P1 be the females and P2 be the males. The research question is the proportion of females who can taste PTC different from the proportion of males who can taste PTC? What the heck is PTC?
It's a preservative in some foods.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe as we're going through the quiz, because we need to figure out a research question for that design the study that we're going to actually conduct. So just kind of have your mind open for some ideas.
Okay.
I've been trying to think of some today, but it's hard because I'm thinking like we need more than 30
Right.
to make it a good sample size, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of like, ugh. But okay, so find P1. So that's going to be females. So 52 divided by 70.
Let me go get my calculator.
Okay. So 52 divided by 70.743.
Yep. And P2 is 0.2.
What did you get? 712.
I got 0.712. Okay, and for the hypothesis.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
Okay. The null hypothesis would be that they're equal.
Equal.
The alternative is that they're not.
Yeah.
But it's
So is it
weird
the
'cause
normal P or the triangle?
Huh?
Is it the normal P or the triangle P?
Yeah. Let's see.
My friend was like, well, I thought P was liquid. Because they can't hear us talking, they can only hear what I say.
Right.
I think it's just the normal P.
Okay.
Because that's what I have in my notes. So
Let's go with that then. Sounds good.
well, that's the null. Part of me wants to go to the textbook real quick and check.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
No, you're fine. Can you hear me now? Better.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Create a 95 confidence interval for P1 equal P2. Input your answers to the point estimate, margin of error, lower bound, and upper bound.
So can't we use that Excel sheet?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let me find that. Better.
Because I didn't realize we could use that last lesson, and then when I was using it this lesson, I was like, I got done in like 5 minutes.
You didn't know? I thought you said it wasn't working last time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was trying to do it through SPSS, but it wasn't downloading.
Yeah.
So I just did it through Excel, and it works fine.
Cool.
I'm checking real quick on that hypothesis.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's just for the normal. Okay, so then it's gonna be 52 and 70. 52.
I'm just no, I'm quoting the Grinch.
And then 42 out of 59. And it's not equal, okay. So then in order to get the point estimate for the 95% level or interval and the margin of error. I don't remember how to do that with the Excel sheet.
You don't know how to do what?
Sure, just so I don't.
Find the
You
confidence
criticize
interval.
Formatting, is this the way that should
We
be
just
formatted?
subtract
Was this how it was
P1,
showed to
P2
you?
from P1, like it's saying up there.
Except like, yeah, she said that I could. Is that what you're
Ye-
Personal statement is just a single letter.
I'm not sure. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I wonder. Okay. So you're
This is
going
the
to
2-1,
want
right?
you're gonna want P1 for X1, right?
I just want to know. I already deleted.
No, do your check changes.
Anna, are you still there?
Yes. Did it unfreeze?
I can't understand you. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Sherry.
And my mom's. No, it's for Google. I.
Still hear me?
Yeah.
Barely.
Every time I touch it, it like changes and it like moves around. And I can't just like click on something. Look, it turned into a dot.
I'm just looking through
I
the
just wanna
textbook to see
And it wants me to like,
the equations for
I can't just type on it.
the margin of error and the point estimator and whatnot.
Yeah.
On the Excel sheet. I don't get why it's asking us to do 1 point estimator for 2
Right.
different male and female.
So we should be able to use the true proportion test.
Right. Oh. Maybe it's this equation where it's having us add x1 plus x2 divided by n1 plus n2. And that's the overall sample proportion. And maybe that's what we can use for point estimator.
Okay. I thought the point estimator would just be the z-score.
You think?
I would think so.
That's
But then it is
Oh,
saying
right.
P1 minus P2. We just use the Excel spreadsheet and put in
The suggestions are.
all our values, and then we just use that.
mm-hmm.
So I would think
Yeah, let's just do the
point estimate,
z-score.
yeah, would be the z-score. Have you put in the data for that, or are you working on it?
I cut out. Two point one two three.
Yeah, I think so. And I still am having trouble hearing you.
I'm sorry.
So, did you fill in your part? Did you get 0.743 for the z-score?
I got 0.394.
Okay. Could you run me through how you did it in Excel? I might be doing it wrong.
So I'm on. You're on the two proportion.
Yes.
And 70 for the N1. And then for X2 and N2, you'll do 42 for
Mhm.
X2 and 59 for N2.
Okay, that's what I
And you'll
did.
make sure it's 95%, and then the type of test, make sure it reads that P1 does not equal P2.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. So then I see where you got 743 now, but you're looking under
Oh.
the descriptive statistics.
All right. Whoops. Wrong
Right
box.
under that's the z-score. Yeah, no worries.
Okay, 0.394. Ooh, I was like, I thought I knew what I was doing. Thanks.
Voice call. You want to just try voice call, Anna?
What?
You want to just try to voice call? Maybe it'll make the connection a little better.
Sure, because then
It's
nowhere.
gonna be a long night if it continues like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. For margin of error, that's the only one I'm uncertain how to get. Is it on the spreadsheet or do we calculate it by hand?
I think I remember that in the previous lessons. I'm just gonna take and subtract it from the point estimator and do the same thing with the upper bound and just make sure we get the same number.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going to do and see what happens. I remember doing that before.
Right. No, they're different numbers.
They are
Yeah.
correct.
Let's
Good. Let's see.
see. If I can remember how to do it with the other things, it's probably the same. I just always forget, even though we use it all the time.
I'm just going to make sure that later in the test it doesn't ask us to give the z-score,
Okay.
just to make sure it does say find the z-score, and I feel like that's what we use. But for point estimator, it's different. Let's try doing how it says P1 minus P2, and let's see what happens. So
Uh-huh.
0.73, 0.712, 0.031. Are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, pretty well.
You know what? I'm not even talking to this freaking microphone. What about now? Is that better? Talking into a microphone now. It's kind of broken, I feel like, though. And it froze. Oh my goodness. Is your video still up?
Yeah, I don't know how to make it into just a call.
Try hitting the camera next to the end call button. And maybe if we don't have the camera connected, it'll improve the,
Okay.
like that. Does that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll try that for a little while.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did, I just tried doing the P1 minus P2.
Uh-huh.
So 0.473 minus 0.712,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Yeah. So then that you get 0.031. So let's see if that gives us a similar number.
Wouldn't we just use the margin of error, where we take z times the standard deviation over the square root of the total number?
The thing is with that, I'm not sure which P we would use.
I
If we'd
see.
use the male or the female, you know?
Right. But with the two proportion confidence interval, it's taking both into account. So you use that z-score, then you multiply it by your standard
I got it.
deviation. What'd you get?
An estimate.
What?
The margin of error comes out to be 0.154.
Okay.
Did you get that?
I don't know what you're doing. I know you're using p hat and p hat too, but I don't know beyond that.
Okay, so sorry, it's probably frustrating because the connection is not very good, so you can't hear everything I say.
Yeah.
But it'll be 0.743 P1 minus 0.712 P2, and then you'll get the answer of 0.031.
Okay. Got
And
that.
I put that as the point estimate.
Why? Are you still there?
You there?
Yeah, I am. You cut out. I couldn't hear anything
Okay.
at all.
So you heard up until 0.031, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then you'll take 0.031
Mm-hmm.
minus negative 0.123, your lower bound.
Okay.
And you should get 0.154.
Yes. Got that.
And then you'll take 0.185
Uh-huh. You still there?
Yes?
Okay. I can see now you got the same number. So you're thinking that's the point estimate then?
No, I think that's the margin of error. I think the point estimate is the 0.031. Because that's the point estimate of what they think the number is for how many can taste that PTC or whatever.
Okay, and then the margin of error would be 0.154?
Right. So it's saying your as long as your answer is within 0.154 of the point estimate and it falls within those bounds, you'll be fine.
Okay. And then
That
we
makes
use the
sense.
lower bound and upper bound from our two proportion z-test outbox.
Yep. So I use the negative 0.123 for the
Yeah.
lower and then 0.185. And in fact, I think if we subtract, so negative 0.123 minus 0.185, nope, 0.185 minus negative 0.123. Nope, okay. Ignore that.
Okay. And then it says with a significance level of 0.05, what decision do you make? If we look at our p-value, it is 0.693, which is greater, so we should fail to reject it, right?
Yeah, the p-value is greater.
Awesome.
So fail to reject the null. So that means we have insufficient evidence to suggest that the true proportion of, how did the
Just do the
question
last
go?
one. So it should be that the true proportion of females who can taste PTC is different from the true proportion of males. So that's the one where it doesn't like put one above the other.
Okay, that may.
Okay. For the next 9 questions, we will review the mortality rates and day of admission heart attack study with different data. Out of, oh my goodness, 1,185,9.
These are huge numbers.
Yeah, who had a heart attack during a weekday? 16,713 had died. Yikes. Out of 42,447 that had a heart attack on the weekend, 6,155 had died. Please use the data presented here. Let P1 be the
Jeez.
proportion of who had a heart attack and were admitted on a weekday who died, and let P2 be the proportion of patients who had a heart attack and were admitted on a weekend who died. Is the proportion of patients who had a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on a weekday who die less than the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on the weekend who die? Okay.
Okay, so let's find our 2 point estimate, not point estimators, but the 2 P's.
Mm-hmm.
So 0.141 is P1. I haven't done point P2 yet. Point 141 and P2 is point 145.
You have
Okay.
0.000145. Oh wait,
No.
actually, okay, good. I was like, that's so weird. That doesn't seem okay.
So then we just have to plug it into those two requirement equations just to make sure that it will be fine, which I'm sure it will
Mhm.
be positive. So 118519 times 0.141. Yes, we are totally fine.
Good. Man, they sampled a lot of people.
Seriously, it's kind of sad.
This is very sad.
So I would say that 12 is true. So they're wanting to know exactly is the
They wanna
proportion
know
of
if it's
patients.
different depending on like how many died on the weekend and how many died on the weekday, like when they were admitted.
Yeah, so it looks like they think that so the proportion of patients who have heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on a weekday who die less than the proportion of parents who a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on the weekend who die.
So they're saying P1 is less than P2. That's their hypothesis.
Yes.
Okay.
BD.
Yes.
Okay. So in P1 we already found 0.141.
Okay, and P2 was 0.145.
It is really
And then we just need to put these, holy cow, I'm not going to remember these numbers.
Okay, the z-score from the Excel document, it says it's negative 133.673, which is
Wow.
really big.
Okay, let me get there real quick. 16743. 16713. Whoops.
P2. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. Yeah.
118519. 118519. Why don't you just round? Come on. 6155. 6155. And then out of 42447.
Okay, I totally fixed my thing, and now it says negative 2.02.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So does mine. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I was like,
I
no
just got
way.
it.
Okay.
So negative 2.02. 0. It's not going to care about it.
Z-score. Which should you shade, the left or the right of the z-score for the p-value? Well, we're looking for less than, so wouldn't we shade to the left?
Yep. That's what I say.
Awesome.
What's the p-value? Well, it's 0.022. Thanks, Excel.
Seriously. Say. What is the decision for this test? Well, that's less than 0.05, so we
We're gonna
reject
reject
the null.
Mm-hmm. We're
Yes.
rejecting.
No, that means
There is sufficient evidence
yes. People
to conclude
On a
that
weekday die less than those on a weekend.
so is it they don't die less or they do die less? Or it's the same.
So
'Cause
those
we're-
admitted on a weekday
Oh, it is less.
die
Right.
less than those on a weekend because they're saying people on
Right.
the weekend are tired or something.
I don't know. I have to think so hard on those.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. And that it is, but if we're rejecting the null, then that means the alternative is correct. Okay. Okay, you ready?
That would be C, right?
C. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's just very wordy. Yep, I'm ready.
Come on. We don't have all night to do all this stuff. Come on. Oh. The church is true. We got 100%.
Okay. Well, okay, well, we can go to our
One thing down,
project.
next to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm just like really curious how we're gonna do research question. Are there 1,000 chips in every bag of Chips Ahoy? How the heck do we measure that?
Well, these are examples.
Those questions.
So
It's in every bag of Chips Ahoy. What did you
Yeah.
say? I didn't hear you. You were
just
breaking up.
examples. It's not.
You only have
We don't have to do those particular ones.
you only have to-
Right.
So they're just kind of testing the claims of
I'm just trying to figure out like what kind of question can we do where we still have a sample size more than 30.
yeah.
I have a friends here, so they're thinking with us.
Okay, good.
You could just heat them up. Melt, chocolate will melt. The rest won't. You have to know how big are the chocolate chips.
Maybe we could see if there's a difference
Yeah.
in like the number of items in like a serving size that they list and what's actually in the bag. It's like you could do that with Skittles or M&Ms or something, but that would be a lot of bags of M&Ms.
I just
Crisis!
I'm sorry.
Crisis averted.
So repeat that. Thanks, Nate. I didn't quite catch.
So, you know how a package lists the serving size on the back and estimates how many pieces there are? We could see if there
They automatically just ask.
is actually a difference between the bags or if they are consistent. But I don't know if that's
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying like it says in each Chips Ahoy bag, it says that there's gonna be 5 cookies, and we could open 30 bags and see if there really were 5 cookies.
yeah, but that's
Okay.
a lot of bags.
I know. What kind of question? 30 though. Normal.
So it looks like it doesn't have to be, you know, we can use any of the tests throughout the semester, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought maybe with the fruit snacks, because it's a 50 box,
And how many
50 bag
are
box.
there?
How
Uh-huh.
many like reds? We could be like,
Is there a different?
be more red
Um,
fruit snacks, any other color.
What's your goal?
Yeah. Okay.
Get you going.
That
We could
could
do
work.
We could just count how many
Open
there are.
30 bags.
color.
first.
Huh?
You will have to eat those.
I can stick around for a while.
That means I'll have the fruit snacks, but that's okay. Did you hear me?
Put them in a giant bag and
Sort of. I didn't understand.
So
you.
I said the only thing is I'll have to open up 30 bags of fruit snacks, but
Eh,
I don't know when designing the study right now. So we're not necessarily carrying out the study, right?
right.
Not yet, at least.
Right.
So, okay, so there's fruit snack one. That's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look up biostat research questions. Easy biostat research project questions. Yeah. Undergraduate. I trust Google more than Yahoo.
I like the fruit snacks idea because it's
You like
simple. It's not costly. I think we should just do like is there a difference in how many of each color there is? And then our null could be that there's an equal number of each color.
Are you there?
Are you there, Hannah?
Yes. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, you broke up. So you think it's the fruit snack one would be a good idea, and we could test
Go with it. Because
what? Mm-hmm.
it's cheap and everything, and then we could do our null hypothesis. There's no difference in how many of each color there is in every bag, and then our alternative is that there's a difference, like the amount of each color is kind of random.
We are trying to determine there is an equal portion. We're clearly using proportion. Proportion. Can you hear me? I don't have my microphone up. Okay. You should be able to hear me a little better now.
Okay.
We are trying to determine if there is an equal proportion. How do I word this? Each fruit snack flavor
Mm-hmm.
or
In each individual bag.
in each individual fruit snack bag, or if there is an unequal proportion
Mm-hmm.
of each fruit snack. I already know the answer to this, but it'll be interesting to research it.
Well, yeah.
Actually carry out a thing.
More fun.
Because I'm always like, dang it, I didn't get all the reds.
Yeah.
Reds and purples are my favorite.
Yeah. My husband loves fruit snacks. Let's see.
Yeah, mine does
Our
too, and that's why
population-
I've hid the box from him.
Oh,
So he can't eat all of that.
I see. Oh, it's funny. So our populations are the different colors.
Individual. Okay.
Let's submit this document, or do we vote?
What are pop? Are you there?
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So for the population, Would it be a
Mhm.
Great Value fruit snack brand?
Yeah, I guess you could do the brand. I thought the populations. Yeah, you're right. It's populations. I thought it was colors for a second.
Yeah, because
But
if we're looking at the question above, it's like the fruit fly with the is it bleh, prefer a rotten orange or an edible orange?
so it
And so the population would be fruit fly.
yeah. Okay. So
So
you want me
Great
to
Value.
get the fruit snacks, or are you going to get them? Great value.
I
You
already
say?
have them.
Oh, you.
So yeah,
Cool.
I just need to make sure I'll have 3 people and get done. And so with 10 days, we'll have eaten 30 packages. But I'll just
Wow.
need to remember to count.
It was a word. Still is a word.
I'm just kidding. We can eat as many as we want, whenever we want
And
to.
it also puts
get
everything
it
in the
done.
past. So
Yeah.
like, oh, it already happened.
Okay. What is your experimental
I'm not going to
unit?
correct any more of that. I'm just gonna let you know.
In other words, what is the smallest entity from which you are collecting a single piece of data to be used for analysis?
Would it be the box?
Yeah. A box of 50 individual bags of fruit snacks?
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't start the next part of the study till next week.
Yeah.
So, and we have to send this to her to get it approved. So,
Yeah. Are we both sending it to her, or is it just you or me?
I think you should still type it out, but I think only one of us needs to send it.
Okay, sounds good.
Because we have to submit our own, collect the data,
Right.
and then, I mean, if you want, Emma, you could get a small box of fruit snacks that has at least 15 packages,
Yeah.
and we could do half of the collect the data and
Okay.
half.
That'd be fine. Because I want to help. I don't want you to do all the work.
Do that. Well, I don't feel like doing all the work. Yeah, she said her husband likes fruit snacks too. So I don't feel like I'm doing all the work, but we went through a ton of snacks.
Mm-hmm.
So, box of 50 individual. So just make sure. Snacks.
Just make sure what?
Do you like Great Value Smiles fruit snacks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because that's what one we'll have to. You'll make.
Okay.
Um.
Should we? How many are we gonna sample from each box?
3. So I guess that's how we should say it. We'll sample 15 bags from each of our Great Value boxes. Of fruit snacks. That work?
Are you talking? I can't tell. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't hear you. I'm gonna go ask my husband to stop using the internet, and it might help actually. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Are you on the internet?
I'm connected. So I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I'm downloading it to the movies. Is that the problem?
It's okay. I'm sorry. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay.
Our
So
experimental unit, that would be the box, right?
yes.
Or would it be the packet? Okay, it's the box.
Yes, smallest int will be from the.
So for 3, we're going to say each fruit snack packet. You still there?
Yes. Can you not hear me still?
If you replied to my query, then no, I couldn't. Now I can. So for number 3, we're doing the packet. Can you hear me?
Okay. Back.
Okay. I
I
was like,
charged. I plugged my phone in, so hopefully that'll help a little bit because it's dying.
okay. So for number 3, we're doing the fruit snack it packets, right?
Yeah, so the experimental unit, box of fruit snack packets, smallest entity.
They're supposed to be the same thing, though.
Oh, really? Oh, in
Yeah.
other words, that's right. Okay. It says in other words. Got it. Is your response variable? I don't understand the wording of these questions.
Yeah, they're a little weird. Maybe that would be the colors?
Yeah. Or the flavors. The fruit snack.
yeah.
The number of. Yeah, the number of fruit snack flavors within each packet, individual packet.
Okay. And our response variable is going to be categorical, right?
Yes, it will.
Which statistical test are we going to use? I think we should do the, oh, I guess you can't do an ANOVA for a categorical test.
No. I would assume that it's 1 proportion or 2 proportion.
Mm-hmm.
Chi-square test is like the ANOVA, but
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't done that one yet.
yeah. Let me see real quick. I'll go to the textbook that I have pulled up here.
Yeah, okay.
We're in unit 3. Looks like it can't be.
Okay. Let's do categorical test of 1 proportion. That seems right because
Okay.
then we'll just be able to see if there's a difference or not. We're not looking at like 2 separate populations or anything.
Right. We're not looking at a different brand of fruit snacks.
Yeah.
It's just one brand. Okay. I think that'll work. Yeah.
Okay. So
what are your null hypothesis?
null is that there will be no difference. There is no difference in the proportion fruit snack flavors.
Would that be the alternative? That there's no difference, and then the null, isn't it always that there is a difference?
No, the null is the one where there's no difference.
Right. Sorry. Oh,
Fruit snack packet of the great value smiley fruit snacks. I like how with the null and the alternative, you just change like one word and you can make it into the other one. So you don't have to type it out.
true.
So there is a difference. The alternative. Okay. Are you ready to do the next step? Are you there, Hannah?
Are you there?
Yeah, I am. And you're there? Yes? Okay. So,
My phone like froze and kicked me out.
okay. So, are you ready to go to step 8?
Not quite, because I wasn't sure how do we do the whole P1 equals P2 or kind of thing for the null and alternative. You know what I mean?
Right. So, let's see. We're trying to use the one sample proportion test. So,
Maybe it is quantitative
The big thing that I would talk over with you.
because we're counting, right?
Past tense, the present tense.
We're counting how many of each flavor is in each bag.
that's true. But in the categorical ones we're working with, they were counting how many times it happened or it didn't happen. I have a really hard time distinguishing the two types. But it seems like an ANOVA would be so easy to do.
This that you've written is listing everything that you've done, and you're so busy saying.
So
this,
do you
that,
think
and the other,
it should be
and
quantitative two
that
samples
your story is
independent?
being- I think that a couple good stories,
That
good examples,
would probably work.
and
Yeah.
one of the things I wrote in here is that
Because they're independent of
a
each
story
other.
doesn't
Like
have to
it's
be
not like,
necessarily true as long as it is
we're not
true to the
testing,
extent of what you've done.
but we are only testing one
example,
sample. So
I didn't
then,
learn about the,
Well,
the
I'm sampling a box over here and you're sampling a box over there.
same sample because it's the same brand, right?
But the Code Thug guy is an interesting
It is the
case
same population, yeah.
the day-to-day.
So maybe it's quantitative
So I
one
use
sample
that
sigma unknown.
Exactly. So I just use that.
You want to do that?
Because it's as a hook
It's hard to know.
for the audience, right?
Because the notes from that, I just want to
Yeah,
look
we're
at
only working.
null and
with,
alternative
So you don't have to
hypothesis.
lie, but
Yeah.
tell a story that iterates what you
So
want
sigma
your audience to hear about
unknown.
you and what you've learned from it. it makes it
It's
a little
from
bit
lesson
harder, but
11.
then the audience isn't left going, okay, she knows how to talk about herself.
Let's see what
It's,
lesson
oh
11
wow,
says.
she's had a lot of fun. She's had a lot of cool experiences. Right. So those are the main things that I would suggest. Uh-huh. Down here at the bottom, which is a couple thoughts. And then
Inference for
throughout
one
there.
means sigma unknown.
Or
Hypothesis tests.
Well,
Okay.
so you can either accept or reject them, but you can save it or you can do save as and then have a different document.
So our null, it's going to be u. But no, this wouldn't work. Because we either need to have like, okay, in every bag of fruit snacks, we expect to find 5, well, we need to find out how much is in each bag, but 4 red fruit snacks. So our null hypothesis would be u equals 4 red fruit snacks. And then the alternative would be
U doesn't equal. But I don't know. I thought we were just doing to see if there's a difference in the flavor colors between all the bags.
okay. Are you hearing me, Emma?
I heard you till you said U equals 4, and that's all I heard.
Okay. So if we do the quantitative equation or the quantitative hypotheses,
Uh-huh.
it's almost because it's only u equals, and then we have to choose a number, and the alternative is u doesn't equal that.
And we don't have
Whereas,
any idea
like-
what it's going to equal at this point.
Right. So we may need to tweak our hypothesis or a research question to be
To fit it. You still there?
Can you hear me?
I can now. I heard till you said twist the hypothesis.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we need to change our research question just a little bit so it's more specific. Like we're trying to determine, and in fact, my friend just said that there's not always an exact, there's not always the same number of fruit snacks in each little bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is that what you said, Nate? Sorry. Did you say that there's not? I mean, yeah. So he said like sometimes 7. So yeah. So we could change the research question to be like we're trying to determine if there is an equal number of fruit snacks in each fruit snack packet or if there's an unequal.
Okay, if that's the case, then that would be better.
Yeah. So we're trying to determine if there's an equal proportion of fruit snacks in each individual packet, or if
Let them know how you feel.
there Should we choose a specific number?
I don't see why we would, since we don't have a reason to believe one way or another.
Yeah. So I just don't know what test we would use exactly.
What
Would
if
we
we
go
did?
Mhm.
Like, we can't really choose a value because we have no idea what. We haven't done studies on this before.
Mhm. We could look up what's the average number of fruit snacks found in Great Value Smile snacks.
I wonder if anything would come up. Let's see.
I'm gonna check. Okay. What is the average? Found in value
And I
snack.
understand it now, but I almost always get 7%. Because that's so, like, there's theories that are so close together, or stuff. And so I'm not going with that, but my son goes great.
It's only telling me where to buy them.
And I feel
Yeah.
like I do my best,
Hmm.
like, even this last one. I wrote down the questions first, I read them all back. And like, as I read, I kind of answered them,
It doesn't.
went back and checked them.
Oh, okay. What kind of test to do?
The frustrating part, the classes you take, the more and more you're going to get professors that are. But they're not educators. Does that make sense? And so their teaching style goes downhill as the material gets harder.
Oh, I hear. Okay, I think I've. So on Walmart.
They've been learners their whole lives, but they haven't been teachers. Whereas the lower level.
So these are the exact fruit snacks that I've got. So the Great Value Smiles. And it says.
The further along in school you get, the more frustrating it gets.
What does it say? I can't hear you anymore, Hannah.
My
You
wife's
back?
definitely on my end. Yeah, it's definitely on my end.
Okay.
Get it.
You should get it. You should get it.
So then we do have to do some.
You know,
Oh, why is this so?
just there are mentions about your
So it's not going to be.
course evaluation again. Because they need to hear that feedback. And it needs to be specific. You can't just say.
Can we not just pick a number?
This is a crappy class because that doesn't help anybody.
Well, why? I just don't know why we would pick any certain number.
Instructions. I didn't know if I was in the right direction. And then the negative
Because
weren't specific, or they were too specific.
I just want to know if they're going to be different.
As in, like, where
Right.
was he pulling his references?
I mean, I guess we could include the fact that you're buying your Great Smiles in Idaho and I'm buying mine in Utah.
Right.
And so then we could use that as there's an equal proportion of fruit snacks in Idaho more than there are in Utah.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you could do quantitative two samples independent? Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Okay. Well, let's go with that, and we'll see if this is what it says it's the right kind of test.
Sorry. So we are trying to determine if there's an equal proportion of fruit snacks, of Great Smile fruit snacks, Great Value Smiles fruit snacks, in each individual packet
Mm-hmm.
in Idaho, or if there's an equal proportion. How do we word that?
Aren't they producing like that?
Probably. We are trying to equal proportion of great. There's if there's more likely to be an equal proportion of Great Value Smiles fruit snacks in each individual packet in Idaho than found in Utah. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
Let's read it out loud one more time. We are trying to determine if there is more likely to be an equal proportion of Great Value Smiles fruit snacks in each individual packet in Idaho than in Utah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You ready to move to step 8?
Versus Idaho.
Are you
Does that
ready to go to step
Make
8?
sense? Yes, but
Ye-
we just had to change the population too.
Oh, right.
So it'd be Utah Great Value Smiles versus Idaho Great Value Smiles.
Okay.
And then number 4 is going to change. It's not going to be the number of fruit snack flavors, it's just going to be the number of fruit snacks. And so then it's going to be the quantitative two sample independent. So our number 5 response should be quantitative. You still with me?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure that we're not
Yeah.
much.
It's a good thing to do.
Okay. So then our null hypothesis is going to be listen.
All
Did
you
I
have to-
use a U?
Huh?
Is the null and alternative hypothesis labeled as U? Let me check real quick.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's U1 equals U2 and U1 does not equal U2. Or it's different.
Okay.
So U1 equals U2 alternative hypothesis is going to be U1 does not equal U2. And then we should probably just say U1 equals, did we do Idaho first? Yeah, Idaho Great Smiles. And then U2 would be Utah Great Value Smiles. a lot more complicated. Still feel like we're not on total right track, but I just
Oh.
need feedback first in order to get back on the
Right.
right track.
Same here. Okay. For step 8.
Okay, now we can go to 8.
Awesome. And which sampling method we'll use? Would it be cluster sampling? Because we're taking 2 groups, so 2 different boxes in the different states, and sampling
Mhm.
all of them.
That sounds right to me.
Okay, that's what I think it would be.
Cluster sample.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Describe in specific detail how your group will collect data using the sampling method stated in question 8. Also, what sample sizes are you planning to obtain per population?
Okay, so our sample sizes would be 30 packets from each box. And then we're
Are we
just
going to do
going
30 from each box or 15?
either way, doesn't matter to me. Because I think 30 would work because if we're doing them independent samples, each sample has to have at least 30.
Right. So then we need to do
So
30 from each box.
yeah,
Okay.
and our sampling, how we're collecting the data is we're just opening each packet, counting how many there are for each one, and doing that for all 30.
Right. Okay, so we'll do Emma is going to take out 30 packets bought in Idaho and count how many fruit snacks are in each packet. Hannah will do the same thing, but in Utah.
I'm going to run and get my power cord here for a second, then I'll be back.
Okay.
Yes. I'm back.
Nice. That was quick.
It wasn't as far as I thought. Okay. So, you ready for step 10?
Yes.
Okay. Please review the requirements in your text for a chosen method from step 6 and discuss why your study is in alignment with the requirements.
So the requirements for the test we chose is that a simple random sample was drawn from each of the populations and that the mean is normally distributed for each group, which means it's got a large sample size.
Well, we have the large sample size. We can't really do a simple random sample, but we are doing a simple random sample from each box. We're not choosing one packet over another.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So then, okay, so simple random sample was drawn from each population. And the X bar is normally distributed for each group because we
The large sample size.
on my alarm clock accidentally messed when it's saying like I should go to bed in order to get this amount of time of sleep. It was just like go to bed by 8:25 p.m. to get a full 5 minutes of sleep on that. That's okay. Okay. So then, will your project involve human subjects?
No.
No. Will you be conducting a survey?
Not really. So we're supposed to skip to step 19. Awesome. That means we're done. Still there, Hannah? Hannah?
Are you there?
I am. Are you back?
Okay, cool. Okay, so for 12, did we say yes or no?
For 12, I said no. Because we're not like going out and asking people. We're just sampling each box.
You cut out.
So we're not actually going around asking people things, so it wouldn't be a survey. So I put no.
Okay.
So that means we can skip to step 19, and that's just project approval by our instructor. So it looks like we're done.
Cool. What's the whole appendix? A survey?
That's just if
Instrument
you're doing
draft?
like surveys, they have to like have you do, legal agreements to make sure that people aren't going to sue you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I just need to email this to her,
Okay.
and then, yeah.
Sounds good. And then,
On number 18, we need to put our names. I'll
Oh.
put our names.
okay. Yeah, I
It's
did.
just saying that we won't start until.
Yeah. Until we know if we can do it. Did you want to meet? I can't remember. You wanted to meet before Saturday again for a second meeting, right?
Yeah, so I was thinking we could
You wanna-
meet. We could meet Friday or Saturday,
Okay.
whatever one.
How about we meet Friday if you're feeling well enough, and if not, we'll bump it to Saturday. Okay, just text me and let me know what you wanted to do when you get closer.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is so bad here. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just
All right,
email
just
her
keep in touch,
the
and
documents.
I will post this on the group page.
The video?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll email her directly this experiment.
Okay.
The experiment.
Thanks, Hannah. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thanks for being patient.
I'll see you on Friday, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.